Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, yesterday it was reported, and we also did a video on this, but apparently Lamont Roach Jr. is going to get the opportunity to face Gervonta Davis for the lightweight championship, WBA lightweight championship, on December 14th. And, of course, the detractors of Gervonta Davis came out in droves. And their narrative that they're painting right now is that Gervonta Davis is bringing a fighter up to face him. So they're calling Tank a weight bully. It's interesting, Jay, and there's a number of things that I'm going to go into, and I'm not going to even mention this gentleman's name, but one of the things that is so interesting to me because it's a specific fan base that seem to be Gervonta Davis detractors, not all, but some. And they talk about like measurables, Jay, for a particular fighter getting the opportunity to face another fighter. Oh, the measurables are the same. Well, let's talk about Gervonta Davis's measurables. He's 5'5" with a 67.5-inch arm reach. Lamont Roach Jr. is 5'7" with a 68-inch arm reach. So you got a guy that's technically bigger. Now, Lamont Roach Jr., I went through his box rec, and I can tell you, Jay, I didn't go all the way through it, but the lowest weight class that I found that he fought at was 130. I believe it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Gervonta Davis started his career off at 126. Am I wrong?
Yep.
So Gervonta Davis, who's fighting at 135, who is a small guy who came up from 126 to 135, has all of a sudden become a weight bully. But not only that, Jay, when you look at Lamont Roach Jr., I bet you didn't know this. Do you know that in his career he's fought at 140 before? Fought at 140.
I knew he was 135. Yeah.
Yeah, he fought at. Hold on, let me pull it up here real quick. He fought at 140. The gentleman's name was. I had it up here and now it's disappeared. The gentleman's name was Rafael Francis. Rafael Francis. He fought him at 140 in that weight class. To your point, Jay, he's fought at 135 pounds earlier in his weight class, or early in his career, and then he decided to move down to 130 pounds. So I would ask, for those of you who keep talking about measurables and that the weight doesn't matter, it's about the measurables. When we've made the argument that weight does matter, how is it now that now it's about the weight and not the measurables? Like, the arguments don't make sense because if you think about it, Gervonta Davis is going into this fight with a disadvantage if you're measuring the measurables, right? So how is it now that you have an issue? But not only that, this gentleman, Lamont Roach Jr., has been at a higher weight class than Gervonta Davis. Now, Tank has fought at 140 once, but only once. And, man, Tank is small for 35. So it's just interesting to me that we find specific narratives that we want to apply to certain fighters because we like or don't like them. And I know people are going to say we do that, but that's incorrect. It's simply, we just use numbers and logic. But at the end of the day, there's so many, there's a bunch of his fans, but there are a lot of detractors that just like to put out these false narratives that make no sense. And they want to pretend that they're smart in doing so, but in reality, they look foolish. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for one, with this whole Tank and potentially Lamont Roach, this wasn't his first choice, wasn't his second choice, wasn't the third choice. This is like his fourth or fifth choice. Mm-hmm. That's a difference. He didn't go and find someone that just got knocked out and was going to bring him up. He didn't do that. He had everything set up with Loma. Loma said, "Nah, I don't know, fight this." So all y'all, also the misinformation about Loma saying that they trying to say it was a money thing. Loma's own camp said it wasn't about money. It was Loma saying, "I don't want to fight the rest of this year." Basically, that's what it was. It wasn't about no money with that. So miss me with that. So let's get rid of all the options they say Tank had. De Los Santos, he was injured. His camp came out in August saying that he was injured. He wouldn't fight until next year. He literally just came out maybe 5 days ago saying that he's injury free now all of a sudden. And he's coming off a stinker of a fight with Shakur. But people want to say that that's one for a Tank. Nope. Devin Haney. Devin Haney's in litigation with Ryan and just got beat down by Ryan. Regardless of the Austrian or not, he took a tough fight and beating in that fight there. Tio, litigation. What's the point? He's in litigation. He's with Top Ring. So I mean, there's no one else there. Zepeda wasn't gonna fight him. They already said that wouldn't happen. Floyd Schofield, who's talking about, oh, he's ducking me. You're a prospect. You know how much flack Tank would get for fighting a prospect right now versus fighting a champion? And to your point, Lamont Roach is bigger than Tank. He's 5'7.5". I wouldn't doubt that he's maybe 5'8". He's 68, got a little reach advantage on Tank. So it's okay for other fighters to do it, but if Tank does it, and he's actually at a disadvantage with this guy coming up in weight, what's the big deal with that? And they want Tank to go up in weight to be at a disadvantage as well. You know, it's okay with Tank to be pulled up. You know, it's like, no, everyone knows this is not the fight everyone was wanting for. Everyone wanted the Loma fight, the Shakur fight. We're not getting those. Tank went around. He tried to find someone. Everyone was out for whatever reason. Injury, litigation, whatever it may be. It is what it is, but I mean, stop being double standards. Again, it's the Tank rules, just like there was the MJ rules with the Detroit Pistons. So y'all need to just chill with that.
Yeah, it's always Tank rules. To your point, he has to move up and, go challenge himself at 140. And it's so interesting because they talk about his resume, and we're on record. It's so interesting because I saw someone comment in a video here recently, even though we made this comment in that video, which tells me that either gentlemen don't listen and or they don't have the ability to actually comprehend. But I made the comment, you've made the comment that we believe that Devin Haney has the best resume currently, right? But
several times we said that.
Exactly. But this whole notion that Gervonta Davis's resume is just trash makes no sense to me. Several of his opponents have gone on to become champions afterwards. Now, I have made the comment, and people are going to twist this, that just because you become a champion doesn't mean that, this individual is like a legendary type of fighter, right? And they confuse when I make that comment with, oh, I thought the belts don't matter. I never said that the belts don't matter. All I'm saying is that just because an individual has a belt does not mean they are a great fighter. Those are two different arguments. I don't know why people don't understand that. But at the end of the day, Gervonta Davis's opponents have gone on to win championships. Yet we'll praise a fighter that beat a bunch of different fighters and won titles. We'll praise that fighter even though the opponents that he faced and beat didn't go on to do anything afterwards. And then we'll argue that once they face that fighter, they're never the same. It's these crazy arguments. But at the end of the day, if you look at Gervonta Davis's resume, Pitbull has gone on to win. Rolly, although controversial, went on to win. Barrios went on to win. So there are a number of fighters that went on to win. Plus, we just, Ryan Garcia, although, his is debatable. But Ryan is going on to some level of his success afterwards. So at the end of the day, we got to stop with this narrative, bro. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and we are out.